Welcome to the Kind of Nerdy Girls podcast. Fandom, fun, funny. Kind of Nerdy Girls podcast.
All right, are you ready for this? Are you ready to meet baby Charlotte? Because she's not here yet. How you doing? It is KJ with you. A KJ Today special. This is normally the first Wednesday of the month. We all get together and we have a good time helping each other out, having a great time. I am a little froze up, so I am hoping that I have brought Michelle and Tia in.
Yes.
Can you guys see each other?
Yes.
Okay.
You're just frozen.
My screen is just showing me frozen. So
yes, it is.
Okay. So let me see if I can get that figured out. And while I'm doing that, Tia, why don't you tell everybody what's coming up and what's popping?
And what's popping? Okay, yeah, let's have some fun and everything. We got a few things, right? Obviously, everyone's talking about Daredevil. And keeping on with that, Matthew Lillard, right? Why can't I say things right now? Matthew Lillard is actually joining the cast of season 2 of Daredevil Born Again. It has not been said what his specific role will be, but we do know that he is coming in on season 2. So, KJ, hello. We can see you. I was just starting off with some Daredevil news, even though I haven't seen it yet.
All right.
I didn't know if you heard, but Matthew Lillard has been confirmed that he's been cast in season 2 of Daredevil Born Again. Oh my
God, we're gonna get to all of that coming up. First, we've got the tiniest kind of nerdy girl to initiate into our club. Welcome to the Kind of Nerdy Girls.
Say hi. Say hi, Charlotte.
Hi, Charlotte.
Say hello.
Hi.
Say hi. See our friends.
Oh, hi, Charlotte.
Oh, and also
Hello,
hi, Katie.
When you become a mom, you're
girl.
second fiddle, right?
That you're just invisible. Yeah. This is our baby.
I teased earlier, Katie, I sent out to everybody that gets our Positive Vibes newsletter. And if you don't, go to kjcrew.com. That's kjcrew with k.com to get the newsletter. I just sent it out and the subject was meet the new baby.
And I'm sure they thought you.
Everyone thought I got a new cat. And I was like, but aren't you glad you opened the email? Because look at the baby.
This is our little smush. She looks just like
God.
that. They're clones of each other.
She does. She looks like her dad with your hair.
Does.
She got my blonde, my blue eyes, and my top lip, and that's all I contributed. That's right. Hi to all our friends.
So we're so excited to have you back, Katie, and I know you can't stay long.
You.
Because in true baby star fashion, Charlotte decided to not nap today. So she's like, I will be here for a short amount of time, and that's all you get of me, okay?
She's like a star already. You can see it. She kind of drifts. She's getting a little sleepy. Ain't that the truth? But you got to tell them. You got to tell them about your favorite shows you've been watching. Say we love the Dancing Fruits.
Which one?
Dancing Fruit. So I have it playing on my phone, so she'll be quiet. But Dancing Fruits. It's just little blueberries and strawberries and such dancing on the screen. Big fan of the Wiggles. Yep. Which I learned because the Wiggles were around when my sister was growing up. That there are now a whole fleet of Wiggles. There's not just 4 anymore. There's 8 or 9 of them now.
Listen, they're multiplying just like the Kind of Nerdy girls.
There's only one of the originals left. and it was the blue one, Anthony.
Oh gosh.
So I'm sure he like owns the whole company by now.
Probably.
But really, like, she just watches whatever we put on. So like when we first brought her home, we watched both seasons of Bret Michaels' Rock of Love.
This is my favorite thing.
She was just like honed in on Bret Michaels the whole time. And like we watched.
She is taking after her auntie KJ.
And then I watched Arrested Development for the first time, which I did not realize that Arrested Development and Home Improvement were two different shows. I don't know how I got those confused, but I sure did. Because I was like, oh, is this the one where they're like over the fence? And Eric's like, no, not at all. I know, right? But
Katie, are you like, this is my life now, watching Dancing Fruit and Wiggles?
So my mom is really bad about it. Whenever she has her in the car, she doesn't want her to cry. So she like preemptively gives her the Wiggles or the Dancing Fruit while in the car.
I'm
like, oh, you're going to spoil her. It's going to be a problem. So I'm trying not to make her an iPad kid. So we'll do dance parties to the Wiggles, but I'll turn her so she doesn't face the screen. So she just knows the music.
Okay.
And I try to only use it like if I like need 5 minutes, you know?
Sure. Right. Sure.
What do you think, Sweet Pea? Look at
you. Everybody's tuning in to see you.
Yeah.
I like that you have restrictions. Like I don't want her to get too much screen time, but I'm okay with introducing her to trashy reality shows.
So
like Rock of Love
from the early 2000s.
Turns out that reality shows are actually somewhat okay for development because they're like real people talking and it's conversational and it's not that like super stimulating, like Coco Melon, high contrast, screamy, lots of action.
Mm-hmm.
So in some ways, reality TV is better for you.
Katie, the real question is, what will be her first video game?
So right before I had her, I was playing the Silent Hill 2 remake. And I finished it like 2 days before I had her. And then I was playing it some more after she got here. So I'm sure that was probably not age appropriate. And I felt like every time I jumped, I was like, oh, shaking the baby. Oh, shaking the baby. But I don't know yet. She's starting to get really like interested and hands-on and stuff because she's a little over 4 months old now.
All right, it's time for Red Dead Redemption.
Basically.
Yes.
Put that controller in her hands.
And it'll take her until she goes to college to be finished with it. Say hi, baby. You see all our friends?
Yes. Oh, Katie
Hello
Bonnie
Kitty
says, my current game obsession is Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
That sounds so cute.
So my favorite little fun bit about Hello Kitty Island Adventure is years ago, there was a South Park episode where they talked about World of Warcraft, and it's called Make Love, Not Warcraft. And they invite Butters to come play with them, and he's like, well, I'm playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure. And that was before this game came out by like easily a decade. So
what?
I'm going to say South Park inspired it, but
South Park predicting the future.
Yeah.
Oh, Katie.
Any questions for the baby? She's a little chatty sometimes.
Okay.
I was pretty excited, when she finally met Patches. That right at the end of when we were getting ready to leave, she was really starting to get her giggle on. So are we like full on giggle now?
So not like belly laughs yet, but we do get a giggle.
Okay.
And she does give us pity laughs where it's like, but a lot of the time we get a lot of smiles. Mm-hmm. And she like kind of flails and wiggles when she's excited. Mm-hmm. So like she does the intro to the Wiggles where it goes do the Wiggles, and she'll go or she recognizes the beginning of the Dancing Fruit. She's starting to pick up on things.
Aww.
It's our little sweetie.
I just gotta keep saying, look at the
baby.
Charlotte, I have a question. How are you and the doggo getting along?
They are best friends.
They are.
So he sleeps next to her bed.
Aww.
And whenever I leave the house with her and I come back, he rushes over to the car seat and I put the car seat on the ground and he'll check on her and give her a sniff and make sure she's okay. And he'll like follow people around if they're holding her. And they're like best friends. And I could not have asked for more. I was so worried about it because I was like, I don't want him to feel like second fiddle. And I know some people are like, they get irritated by their pets when they have babies. And I was like, I don't want that to be me. Not at all.
Yay.
Oh, there's a foot.
Oh my goodness. There we go.
So cute. How's daycare going?
So I hate it, but she's having a great time. She's made friends already, and she's learning how to paint and how to have fun, and she can already roll over. So we're a little advanced for our age.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
But she's my daughter after all.
Of course.
That.
Of course. Does she know about Bill Nye the Science Guy yet?
Sure does. Yep. And I introduced her to classic Blue's Clues.
Yes.
We were watching Clifford the Big Red Dog earlier today.
Ooh.
And Little Bear. We like Little Bear.
Has there been anything that you've introduced her to that you were hyped up about that she just did not want on her screen?
So many things. I like this show called Nanoland. It's like puppets. And she was like not having it at all. She was so bored. So she was not into Nanoland. And I introduced her to Miss Rachel. And I guess it's not time for Miss Rachel yet. That's
Okay.
more like toddlerhood, preschool. Because she was like not really into Miss Rachel.
Okay. When will she be ready for the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I would say right away.
Okay. All right.
She's not picked out her favorite movie or her favorite hero yet, but
Okay.
we're a little biased in this house, so we're gonna start with Winter Soldier and go from there.
I was going to say, what are you
That's
going to
fair.
do? What are you going to do if she chooses Iron Man as her favorite?
Well, we will have to have a conversation. I would be okay if she chose Spider-Man. We were watching Spider-Man 3 yesterday.
Oh, okay. That's Spider-Man's sort of a good in for the kiddos.
And not Spider-Man 3. That's the weird one.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm not the one that chose to watch Spider-Man 3.
It was on Netflix.
Okay.
You get a how you feel?
Mm.
Say.
So, Katie, will Charlotte come to PopCon this year, June 27th through the 29th at the Indiana Convention Center?
I'm sure she can come for at least part of it. I don't know if she can handle a full day yet, but
You don't think she's going to be ready for moderating panels by June?
while she babbles, it's not quite words yet.
You know, it might actually be the best interview. Like the guests are just going to be like, wonderful, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Look at this. Oh, look at this.
Oh, big yawn.
Oh.
That was the biggest yawn. Aw. All right. Well, I know that you guys got to get your
It's bedtime.
bedtime routine. Was there anything? It's okay if you didn't, but was there anything that you had for a gaming update?
I played Silent Hill 2 remake, loved it. Should have been game of the year. Don't know why
Okay.
it wasn't. Gosh, I played something else. I don't remember what I played. And then Atom Fall comes out later this month, and I'm gonna buy that.
All right.
So
Great.
Atom Fall is supposed to be this like post-apocalyptic Britain.
Okay.
That's kind of all I know about it, but I'm kind of keeping myself spoiler free
Ooh,
because I
okay.
want to see what it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
And then my husband's buying a new graphics card to play the new Monster Hunter this weekend.
Oh,
Mhm.
nice. Leanne says GTA 5.
Still GTA 5. That game's been out since like 2012.
GTA 6 should be coming out this year. Katie, I wanted to tell you, I just got into Mass Effect.
Oh,
do we feel?
that's a good one.
Right? Right?
I liked Mass Effect more than I liked Dead Space because the first time I played Dead Space, I cried and I didn't want to go past the first level.
That's fair.
But
That's
Mass
fair.
Effect, like I loved the characters and I loved that, like, you know, you do have some choice and
Mhm.
you know it's really good storytelling and I liked it a lot. You're
Yeah,
gonna love
I messed up in the second one. I got everyone killed.
it. Oops.
Heaps.
Uh, Yes, Leanne says that the 5 was a typo. She meant 6. So.
I'm excited for GTA 6. I know it's supposed to have a female protagonist, which is a first for the GTA series. I don't really know what they're going to do with that because GTA has been very like mannish for a word historically.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
But I'm excited to see it.
It's supposed to be a couple, like a man and a woman. So you're gonna go like between the two of them, kind of like how you did the 3 of them in the 5th one. But
Oh, no crime.
All right, we'll see.
No one will beat Trevor from GTA.
no.
Okay. Thank you very much, Katie. We'll keep keep getting updates on how Charlotte becomes more and more kind of nerdy. And thank you very much for sharing her with us. Good night, Charlotte.
Say good night.
Good night.
Say bye, Sam.
Now she's crying.
All right. All right. Good night,
Bye-bye.
Katie. You get some sleep too.
Say bye.
Bye,
Katie.
Bye. Good to see you.
You too. Oh, goodness. Isn't she so cute?
She is.
Those cheeks.
I know. I know. And like, you guys, she came out with that head of hair. Like, Katie sent me a picture like within like an hour of her being born, and I was like, "Did you put a wig on that child? Like, how on earth does she have that much hair?" But yeah, she's lovely and she's fun, and I'm so glad that Katie was able to spend a little time with us. So again, we'll keep you updated. Charlotte's officially initiated into the kind of nerdy girls. So yay. So let's chit chat real quick about I have this theory, guys, because Daredevil came out. Would you want to get into what's popping, Tia? You just want to get right into it?
Yeah. It's up to you. Let's do it.
All right. So, if you join us for the kind of nerdy girls, but you're like, I don't really like the KJ Today show. Well, that hurts my feelings. But it's cool. You have a right to feel the way that you feel. We do a segment where we catch you up on everything that's going on in pop culture because Geek Vibes Nation can do that. So we're going to do that for you tonight. Here we go. It's time for what's popping in pop culture. Powered by Conquest Journals and brought to you by Geek Vibes Nation. Whoa. You like that?
Yes.
All right. So you teased it a little bit at the beginning of the show. So let's talk about it, Tia.
Okay, so so just to reiterate like what I had said at the beginning of the show, Matthew Lillard has been cast in the 2nd season of Daredevil Born Again. We don't yet no, sorry, I'm like confusing both of them. They're both Daredevil because we got Matthew Lillard, and also that production has started on Daredevil season 2. So there you go, you got 2 for the price of 1 there.
Oh, very nice.
But so we don't know what Matthew Lillard's role will be in the 2nd season, but he's been cast, so that's really cool. And again, production on season 2 has started. I'm just so hyped with it, right? Because I don't know if you guys remember Netflix canceling all the shows and us thinking we would never see any of these actors in this capacity again. But they had filmed a lot of episodes and then decided we don't like this and scrapped everything just to continue. Just to like restart for Daredevil Born Again. So it's very interesting. I'm super excited. If you had told me 7 years ago when they canceled everything that we'd be seeing these guys again, it's just like life is good.
I know.
Right.
And it would be even better if we could talk about it because
I'm sorry. Wait, let me tell you, right? Let me tell you. Again, and I was telling KJ and Michelle before this, it's like super weird for me because back in the day when these episodes dropped, like 13 episodes a season back on Netflix, I used to wake up at 3:00 in the morning just to like watch as much as possible before work. I was supposed to work from home today, and unforeseen circumstances got me into the office, and so therefore I could not watch it. And so I have not seen the first 2 episodes of Daredevil Born Again. I am trying to avoid spoilers left and right. And the thing is, I'm now caught in this, like, should I watch it after this? Or should I wait till Friday when I'm sleeping over my mom's house? Because that's when she wants to see it. So I'm like, yes.
So yes, Bonnie is confirming here, and Michelle can also confirm, because we have this kind of nerdy founders chat, and everyone was chatting, and I was like, you guys, I have to find a way to watch Daredevil or Tia is going to kill me.
I'm a disappointment. I'm sorry.
Me and Bonnie was texting during watching it last night.
Were you?
So, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But
I was watching it by myself, and Tia, I'm telling you, like, 5 minutes into it, you're going to need to be able to text someone who's already seen it.
Yes.
Like, yeah, it's like, yeah.
I will say though, how dare Disney Plus drop it at 9:00 at night on a Tuesday? I'm old, okay? I was like, why are you doing this to me? At least Netflix like dropped it in the morning.
Well, and this is the thing. This is my theory, right? Is that we you mentioned it. Like, that was 7 years ago that it was canceled, right? Mm-hmm. And we had it for several years before that. Like,
right.
We were much younger, and especially when you think about like the MCU and when it began, because I was thinking about this with the Captain America movie, Brave New World, and like, what happened to me? It's not that I'm not as excited about these things anymore, but I'm old, dude.
That's what it is, because you know the MCU started when I was 18, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like there first day even before I used to get like screeners. I was there first day, every single show there, like binge watching 13 episodes in one day. I'm about to be 35 next week, okay? I can't like do this anymore.
Listen, Leanne is not taking any of our crap. She's like, she got up extra early. All right, fine. We are slackers, and you are way better than us, Leanne.
Yes, Leanne. So, but yes, I'm very excited.
It's different. I think it's, I don't know. Michelle, where are you? Do you have I mean, you're not rushing out, although you would have gone weekend one to see Captain America, but we had that snow.
Yeah, and I haven't went to see it yet.
You haven't?
I haven't had time. I've been super, super busy with friends. My friend that's sick and stuff. So
this is what I'll is it okay, Tia, if I share a little bit about Captain America? I'm not gonna
bunch. So.
Yeah. I don't necessarily even think I'll spoil anything, but Bonnie from the Kind of Nerdy Network, she just texted it was a random Tuesday, and I was like, this is really how you get me to do things anymore, because if I put it on my calendar, no matter how much fun it is, I'm immediately like, yeah, but how much sleep am I going to lose? Right? So it just happened to be like 4:00 on a Tuesday, and Bonnie was like, it's, bargain night at AMC, and I think I'm just going to go if you guys want to come. And Patches was exhausted, and I was like, look, dude, like, when you're in a relationship, you also have to consider, like, is this something I need to wait to watch with my partner, or can we figure out? And Tia, I chose you over Patches. Like, I literally watched, I was like, Patches, I'm sorry, Tia will kill me if I don't watch Daredevil by the time we do the Kind of Nerdy Girls. So now I got in the middle. And Patches is never going to talk to you again. He's probably watching Daredevil right now. Yes, he's like, screw you guys, screw Tia. I'm watching Daredevil. So Bonnie was like, do you want to go? And I was like, okay, let's do it. I'm going to go see a movie tonight. Woo! And I tried not to, Patches, he said, we are the worst. I tried not to even recline my seat back too far, just because I was like, I will sleep through this. Like, it does not matter how much I enjoy a movie anymore. My body enjoys sleep more than anything else. So it was, when Bonnie and I got out, I always gauge like how great was that movie by how quickly you want to talk about it. Right. And we went out. Well, one, we tell you, Bonnie got the collector's cup, the like Captain America collector's cup.
I love that.
And so she handed it to me, like we're sitting there before the movie when all of the gazillion teasers are going and stuff. And she handed it to me and she's like, do you think there's something wrong with this? And so it had like a shield on it, and in the middle, like the star was sticking out, and it was like a silicone. And so like you would push it down and it would bounce back up. And I'm like, I don't know if that's a design flaw. So we had this like really long conversation, and both of us kept like pushing down on the star and trying to figure out if it was a flaw. Yes, the bubble in her cup. So instead of talking about the movie,
you talked about the cup.
We talked about the cup because I was like, you need to go. You paid a lot of money for that cup. You need to go to the concession stand and ask them if it's supposed to be like that or get a new cup. And so then like the concession worker is like, huh, like he's doing that too. And then he gets the like manager guy and he's like, yeah, I don't think that's supposed to do that. And so finally they grabbed another cup and they're like, just take this one. Because they were all like, oh, see, it doesn't do that on this one. So our initial reactions to going to Captain America Brave New World was, we got to figure out this bubble on this cup, man. So, and then we're like, we get in the car and I'm like, so what'd you think of the movie? It was solid. It was more in that like political action type movie like Winter Soldier, but it was and on no level am I like being offensive by saying this, but it was not a Winter Soldier. I don't feel like it I didn't get home and like wake up Patches and be like, oh my God, you have to see it. We're going to go see it tomorrow. Like, I have to see it again. You have to see it right now. But I think it was a really solid movie. Harrison Ford was great. It was, I was actually surprised at how much they referenced the Hulk, like the actual Hulk movie, because I feel like we've all been like, that didn't really happen. Like, just skip over that.
That wasn't really a part of the MCU, but like kind of was.
Yeah. Right. Yes. So I was kind of surprised, and they did it in a way that if you've never seen the Hulk movie, you're not going to miss anything. They filled in the blanks for you, but I was just surprised that they would even take any of that storyline and bring it back at all. But overall, I think it was sort of like what Marvel needed was like, let's just give you a really great hero with some really great action. And no, it's not on the level of a Winter Soldier. It's not Endgame, but it was a good Captain America movie.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Winter Soldier, like you, right? I just for some reason just made me think of, because that was when we discovered, S.H.I.E.L.D. was really Hydra and the whole scene with. I remember seeing that, and at the time, Paulie and I weren't living together, but like telling him, you have to see this. You would love this. Like what they just revealed in that, you are gonna love and everything. So it's like it's hard to get that like reaction again from something that's not Winter Soldier.
Yeah, and I think and that's part of it is that as this goes along, the more movies we have, the more we have to compare to and set our expectations for. And that makes it harder for them to impress us. And I feel like part of this, phase of Marvel was them trying to figure out how to do that. And it wasn't working. And they just went back to, as Bonnie said, it was a safe choice. It was what they needed. Like, here's just a good, it's not gonna like blow your mind, change your life. It's just a good, solid movie. The acting was good. Maybe the storyline was a little overpacked, but Marvel just does that. But I really enjoyed it, and I do think it's a good one to go see in the theaters. There's some cool scenes that I think are worth seeing on that big screen. Do we have a cat joining us on the?
I was going to say, I hear the cat.
You hear, it's Louie. Of course.
Oh, hi, Louie. Oh, he thinks because he was just on, Louie was just on TV as part of the cat conversation, which, by the way, if you missed it, it just had a 2-week run nationally on Pet Pals TV.
Yeah.
And you can now watch it at petpalstv.com. So if you missed it, it's streaming now. But yeah, Louie and his brother Jude were back on TV. We pulled that episode out of the vault. Michelle, not to get super nerdy about cats, but you were at the watch party. What was it like for you to kind of revisit the literally?
It was a little emotional, because like there was a lot of people involved in their rescue, and it was good seeing the foster mom on there talking, about, after they were rescued and stuff, and
I turned around at one point. I was just, at that point, I'd gone through the editing process so much that I was a bit desensitized to everything. Like first run, I was like crying all over again. But I don't know why, like when I turned around, I was like, oh God, I'm like devastating Michelle and Mike right now.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, it was a little emotional, but they have a happy home now. And a lot of the family is happy. I was trying to look up, I was on my phone a little bit after that segment was over, trying to find like the picture of Louie, because Louie looks just like his mom, except she's black and white.
Yeah.
He's gray and white.
Yeah.
And they have the same mannerisms on how they lay down together. And I was trying to find one of the pictures when he was just a kitten.
Tia, to give you a little backstory, of course, I fully expect that you will go to petpalstv.com and watch the entire 28 minutes and 30 seconds. Michelle,
right after Daredevil.
Yes, that's fine. You can watch Daredevil.
I link with everybody after the watch party. So, because my mom's called during the thing, I was like, I can't answer my phone, like she's like, I think I missed it, and I said it's in the first 5 minutes, like the first little bit, but they did watch the whole thing, but they're like, we saw their pictures. I said, did you see the rescue part?
Right.
So, but I sent it, and my niece watched it, and my sister watched it.
So Tia, quick catch up. So I opened the episode really with the story that kind of set me on this path, which was the first time I was out like actually doing TNR, like trap, neuter, return in action and rescuing cats and these kittens. And Michelle ended up adopting 2 of them. The last one that she went to adopt Jude, and Louie kind of chose them. And so, but literally as the snowstorm is coming, like you couldn't have made this up. The snowstorm is coming. We're going to get snow, then we're going to get ice, then it's going to drop into single digits. And if we don't get these cats out from under this porch, they're not going to get out. They're going to die, right? Like it was like literally that dramatic. And Michelle's cat Louie, that you just heard yelling, like wanting attention and to be loved. He was the last man standing. That little puff of a kitten did not want to come out, and we had the animal care services officer we got a air compressor, and he literally was on one side of the porch blowing kittens, and we were catching them as they were coming. And still little Louie was like having the wind blown on him, and he was like, I'll never come out.
Right. I mean, he was literally the last one, and you had to put them all back in until the next day.
It was insane. That was really,
and if you, I'll have to share some pictures with you, Tia, but
yes,
if you look at the pictures of when they got their names and all that, like he's just so scared. I mean, you could just see him being so scared of everything, and he kind of chose Mike. When we went to see Jude, Louie was on the cat tree and Mike was sitting in the chair, and Louie doesn't let anybody pet him, but he let Mike pet him.
Aww.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't sure he was like he would ever get to the point where he would even be adoptable. Like we weren't sure if he was past the point of being socialized. So it really is a testament to, you know, what patience and love can do. And I think taking them both, you know, having that confidence that he had his brother with him, like what you guys did for him was truly a gift, Michelle. I mean, I don't know that he would have been
It's a gift to us too. So it's made our family bigger, you know.
Oh, KJ's gonna start crying.
Right.
Because it was right after the pandemic, because it was in 2021, you know.
Yeah.
So, and at that time, you know, we were just getting back out, you know, we're around other people, but I was like, I want kittens.
Yeah, because if you remember when you see the when you watch the story, when I went to visit the kittens in their foster home, we were wearing masks. Like it was like that was height of the pandemic. So so yes, you can watch the cat conversation and see more of these heartwarming and thrilling stories. Just go to petpalstv.com. All right. So let's see, Tia, what else is popping in pop culture?
Yes, so it was confirmed that Misha Collins and Jared Padalecki will be joining the cast of The Boys for their 5th and final season. And I feel like, how could they not, right? How could you not complete the supernatural set? You already have Jensen Ackles, you got Jeffrey Dean Morgan. How could you not have Jared Padalecki and Misha Collins in there? So yes, just like with Matthew Lillard, we don't know in what capacity they're going to be in the next season, but come on, man, you have to have Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki at least like interacting, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like it's just, it's so great. And it's also kind of perfect timing because I'm not sure what Misha Collins has been doing with himself, but I know that Jared Padalecki had that show on the CW that just got canceled. So
I believe he's like on Tracker, isn't he?
No, that's Jensen Ackles.
Oh, that's the other one. Okay, yeah. Okay, I get it.
Jensen Ackles got a pretty good gig also on Tracker.
Yes, he did.
But Jared Padalecki was on that. What was it?
Walker.
Oh, Texas. Yeah,
Walker. Texas Ranger. Yeah.
And that just got canceled. So it's a good time for him to be on The Boys.
It sure is. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what it's terrible that I don't remember it, but Misha did a really, really cool podcast that I listened to. It was a fictional podcast, and it was so freaking good, and I cannot remember what it was called. I will look it up, but and it had several seasons. So yeah, he got into the podcast world, which I think, and God, why can't I think of what it was called? Because Nathan Fillion was in it too. It was like it was a really big cast, and really well produced. It's kind of fun. I don't know if anybody else has gotten into that, but it's like old time radio has made this resurgence. And at first I was like, am I gonna listen to a podcast? But then like you think about like how many books do we listen to? And honestly, I'm not good at listening to books. The first time,
I love listening to Audible.
The first time, I'm okay with like biographies and things like that. But the first time I was listening to, I can't remember, I think it was Iron Flame, Michelle.
It probably was. I'm on the
Onyx Storm.
Yes, I am.
I am too.
I got like 12 more hours. So.
Oh my God. I'm so confused. I'm like, did I even read the other books? I don't even understand.
Well, I was confused when the story started up again because things that happened at the end of Iron Flame, like, I was really confused. But
same here. But I'm plugging along. I think I'm at like 38%, and I've been reading it for however long it came out, like 2 months it's been out. And Shelley
started it last week. So.
Shelley from Conquest Journals, I was like way ahead of her and thought I'm like, I'm at like 24%. I'm totally gonna beat you on this book. And she read it in 3 days. And I'm like, okay, well, I've got like 18 months to go. So no spoilers.
Well, listening to it, it's a little slower, I think, because you're not always on like I'm not always on there listening because I like to read too. So
see, I can't do listening. There's two reasons to like circle back. Like the first time I was listening to Iron Flame, I know I'm behind the game here, but I was like, okay, I'm going to do this Audible thing. I had listened to Prince Harry's book, so that was the first thing I'd listened to, and it was a delight. It was lovely to listen to Prince Harry read his own book. So I got Iron Flame going, and I don't know. Maybe I was expecting like old time radio, like there would be different voices, but what I realized, like the person that's doing the book just changes their voice for things. So like all of a sudden, the girl was like, hello, and I'm like, wait, like she's doing the guy.
I think she does a really fantastic job, though.
I cannot get.
It's not always. Some books do, because I've been listening to a lot of Star Wars books, and Mark Thompson, who does an amazing job narrating, he does like amazing Obi-Wan voices, Count Dooku. But when it's time to do like Padme, it's like, oh, Anakin. Like very clearly like a man trying so hard to like make his voice really, and it's like, can we just get a woman to do this?
How is the world okay with this? How are book readers okay with this? I was traumatized. Like the first time I heard this female voice, all of a sudden she's like, hello, and I'm like, this is a joke, right? Like I downloaded like a bootleg Audible. I didn't get the like official Audible.
But some audiobooks do bring in different actors.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I listened to this audio show like a year ago, and I forget now the name of it. What was that like 1980s movie where like the cop like ends up having to hide in like Amish country and then falls in love with like the Amish girl and everything? I forget what it was like called. I remember watching it on like I Love the 80s or something. Anyway, they did like a audio show reenactment, and it actually was like really good hearing it. Like you got the same sort of feeling as if you were watching it.
Really?
Witness, yes, Leanne, Witness. That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw it. Sorry.
I never actually saw the movie, but
Doesn't
like
it have Harrison Ford?
yes.
Yes. Yeah.
He's a cop. He has to like hide out in like Amish country. Him and the Amish woman fall in love and everything. And they did like a 10-episode audio show on Audible. And it was really good. Like I liked listening to it a lot. Like you felt into it, you know?
It was driving me crazy. Bridgewater is the name of the podcast that Misha did that Nathan Fillion is on, and it is it's based on, so there's a Bridgewater, that was why it was driving me crazy. There's a Bridgewater Triangle in the Boston area, and it's like the Bermuda Triangle. And like it's an actual thing. And our friend spirit medium Tiffany Rice, she lives in that area.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, so that was part of the reason I was like, oh, I know that's got to be kind of it was like a supernatural type podcast. So I was like, oh, it's Misha and Nathan Fillion, and it's like paranormal type stuff. I'll listen to it. So
the first audio book that I did was the Buffyverse thing. Where they did a continuation of the Buffy. Remember?
Oh yeah, we did that. Yeah.
Did a watch party and listen.
Yep.
To the first chapter or whatever.
Yeah, we did the. Yep. We did.
But that had actual different actors that was doing it, like Spike. And
they do it like I think.
Celia.
I think the Sandman audiobooks also have like a full cast.
Okay.
But
I need it. I'm gonna need to like check before I download things, and if it's like narrated by one person, I'm gonna be like, absolutely not. That is not. I am not okay. I appreciate, Leanne, that you feel the same way. I literally was like, this has got to be a joke. There's no way.
If you guys are looking, I don't know how much of like true crime fans you are, but if you're looking for something, Shari Frankie, the daughter of Ruby Frankie, came out with a book called The House of My Mother, and I've been listening to that, and it's actually narrated by her.
Oh.
So In case.
I have.
I need to download that.
I
So
have no
Yeah.
interest in any true crime. I do
Oh.
not want to know anything that has really happened.
Sorry.
Well, I watched the thing on Hulu about
Me
her
too.
mom. I watched
Did
it
you?
after I saw your TikTok. I was like, I'm doing it overnight. I'm going to watch all these. Like, 3 episodes. But oh my gosh, I was like, and I did the Fox. I don't know if you know that the Fox Hollow murder. There's a documentary on Hulu. It's called Fox Hollow, and that's here in Indiana, where
shoot.
he was a family man, and he went to gay bars, and they found over 10,000 bones on Fox Hollow Farm up in Fisher's area, or up there, Hancock County, or whatever. But it's a good
all right. It's on Hulu.
Yes.
Okay. Because
Fox Hollow Murder Farm, Fox Hollow Farm, something. I don't know.
I was also watching the Gabby Petito documentary on
did that
Netflix.
Me and my husband watched that.
Oh my god! I'm sorry, Kate. I love true crime. It's very morbid. But
I don't know what's wrong with you guys. I'm like, all right, just listen to you guys talking
about everything.
You would have hated Paulie and I last night. We were watching like I'm not even gonna say it, but it was like they were like playing the dispatcher call and like the body.
I don't want any of that.
Oh no, I can't do that.
Oh yeah.
Nope, I don't want any of that.
Really, I'm reading the book and listening to it. I'm not literally watching everything.
No,
I don't want to know. I don't want to know that these real things happen. I know it's bad out there. I am aware of how many crazy, scary people are out there. I don't need the details.
Listen, I don't blame you, KJ, because some of these stories are really crazy. And Paulie, I feel like, has a better, how do I say this? Like, he can handle things better than, like, there are some that we're watching and I'm like sobbing and he's like looking at me and I'm like, it's real people.
Listen, no, I cry at the ASPCA commercials every single time. Like, they come on and I don't even watch them. I switch the channel and I cry knowing that it's on. Like, how
could you? As soon as you hear in the yard, oh wait, I don't want to get copy strikes.
Oh my gosh. The amount of times around here where I'll get sad eyes because they're not getting 4th breakfast, and I'm like, do we need to cue the Sarah McLachlan music for you?
That's how. Oh wait, that's how this one looks like when she doesn't have her 5th treat of the day and everything. It's like, all right, stop it.
Is that Giles or Buffy?
This is Giles.
Hi, Giles.
Wow, look at those eyes.
Oh my gosh. He says, how dare you?
Fluffy.
If it was Buffy, she would let me hold her. But he's been over here making biscuits in his biscuit bed that I take on TV.
Oh.
So he's like, it seems like the cameras should just be on me. I know, buddy. Don't step on anything. I'm already having enough problems. Don't step on anything, okay? Thank you.
Good boy.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Giles did TV with me on Saturday. Yes. So, I don't know if you could tell that he was making biscuits the entire time we were on. and then at one point, Brittany, the anchor that was on with me, she's so sweet. And I don't think she quite knows what to do with him. And we cut to the story. I did just a little package on Nathan the Cat Lady and Sterling the Trap King Davis that was full story in the cat conversation. But literally as we cut away to play the little 90-second package, he rolled over and he was making biscuits in the air and staring at her. And I'm like, this is such good TV.
Right.
I'm definitely missing it. Dang it. But I could take him into the middle of a freaking EDM concert. And if I put him in this biscuit bed, he's like, no matter what is going on around him, he's like, it's cool. I'll just make biscuits.
He's a better He's a better baker than I am, so he's doing his biscuits.
You and me both. There's no biscuit making going on here. All right, Tia, I wanted to give you a chance to highlight. You may have done more interviews I don't know about, but Reacher is back.
Yes.
I think we're like 3 episodes into it, and it is fantastic. And you had a chance to interview one of the new cast members.
Yes. So I got I don't mean to brag. Okay. I got the opportunity to see all 8 episodes before it came out. So,
Rude.
And
I noticed that one wasn't offered to me, Tia.
Mm-hmm. I reached out and asked.
Did you?
Yeah, no, I was like, can I see this, please? Are there interview opportunities, please?
Nice.
But so I got to interview Olivier Richards, who plays his name is Paulie, and he plays one of the villains in Reacher season 3. He is outside of Reacher. He is known as the Dutch Giant. This man is actually 6'7" in real life. So
he is so big. Like,
yeah.
I mean, Alan is huge. I have a picture like with Alan, and he's hugging me, and you can barely tell I'm in the picture. He's so big, and this dude was like so much bigger than him.
It really, like, when I saw the first episode and you see Reacher getting out of the car and then you see him looking at Paulie, I thought maybe they had put the actor who plays Paulie on like a box or something but when you find out that he's just that tall. So but it was an interesting interview because Olivier was thankful that his character at least had a significant amount of lines, because he said that the problem a lot with people who are his height get roles that are like non-speaking roles, like the Mountain in Game of Thrones or something. So he was like,
just like the muscle.
Right.
Yeah.
So he said it was like good for him to at least flex his acting, essentially. So that was a really good interview. That's available on Geek Vibes Nation on our YouTube. I was really excited for it. Really excited.
Yay!
So I also got to interview 2 of the actors for this new Apple TV Plus show called Berlin ER. And what was really exciting is I interviewed the directors for this foreign animated short called In the Shadow of the Cypress, which just won an Oscar. And
no kidding?
Yeah. And I was so proud of them because I interviewed them beforehand, and they're in Iran, and they were worried that they may not get visas to come to America So when they said like that this won, and I saw the 2 of them get up and hug each other, I was like, they made it. They came.
Oh, that's awesome. So did you watch the Oscars?
I did not watch the Oscars. I didn't even know it was going on until I was like scrolling on TikTok.
I watched up until 10:30. I couldn't. I had to get to bed because I had to get up early. So
I heard some people were mad at the winners.
Oh well.
Nobody's ever happy, right?
Yeah.
I was so excited that Flo won.
Yes.
I'm not a huge. Normally, if somebody's like, this movie's up for an Academy Award, I'm like, yeah, I won't like it then. Flo was so interesting. Do you know anything about this movie, Tia?
Oh, it's so good.
Oh my gosh, it is. And you love animals, so you will enjoy this movie. It's such an emotional experience because it takes you through a catastrophe. So there is a flood, and clearly this cat had lived with someone and been loved and had like a normal, happy house cat life. And you start to see how the cat has to survive. And like, I mean, and it takes you through everything, and there's no words. He meets different animals along the way, and they have to figure out, like, they end up on a boat and they have to figure out how to survive together. And they're literally behaving like animals. Like they're like, I mean, like the dog is being the dog. And of course, at first the cat's like, right. And I mean, and so the entire movie is these animal this journey that is primarily the cat that is meeting up with different animals and trying to figure out how to survive, and like he has to figure out how to swim and catch fish and all this stuff, and there are no words. The entire movie is just watching these animals figure out how to communicate together, how to survive together. And it was Buffy and Giles sat and watched the entire thing with me. Like they were, I don't know if it was just because of the way it was animated, like the different like colors and stuff, but like literally they were glued to the TV and you're just watching this, and there's times where you're like holding your breath and shaking. And I was like, how did I just watch an entire movie that had no people in it, no talking, was animated, and I am like emotionally exhausted. And I was so excited because we tuned in like right when they were getting the award, and it was a couple of people from Latvia that made the movie and won. And so it was so cool to see them, like that they were there and that they were getting their Oscar. So I
didn't hear about it.
Oh my gosh, look it up. It's called Flow. You can watch it on
Max.
Okay. Yeah, I was really bad last year in seeing movies. Like everything that was out, like or nominated, I was like, "Yep, didn't see it.
I didn't see any of the movies that were nominated.
I saw Wicked.
I watched Flow after the Oscars.
Oh, did you?
It's been on there and it was on my list. We just put it on last night.
Yeah.
So
weren't you just did you have that same feeling, Michelle? Like you were, I was just in awe.
I just felt so bad for the little kitty. He kept on getting into water all the time and like get knocked into the water.
I know. And then he would be like trying to survive.
I liked it. One of my favorite parts is like he's underwater and all these fish are around him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was surprised he didn't go after them.
Well, he wasn't ready, right?
Like, I know, right?
Like he didn't know, like he'd never needed to fish, right? He never needed to be in the water. So but that's how you're thinking. You're like, get the fish, you need to eat. But he doesn't think of like he's not in that.
I think he's thinking on how do I get back to my boat?
Right.
So, yeah.
Oh man, this is just beautiful.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Yeah, go watch Flow. Watch Daredevil. Watch the Cat Conversation on Pep House TV, and then
I did watch
Flow.
the new Venom movie, by the way.
What did you think? I haven't seen that yet either.
Mike really enjoyed it.
Okay,
I liked it. I mean, I think it's better than the second one that they had.
See, that's the thing. Like with the Venom movies,
first one, I absolutely love the first one.
If you go in with like low expectations, I think you'll be good.
I did not. I did not love the first one, so
I like the first one.
It's the second one that.
But I love that. I love that. Like I love that it was essentially like. I love that it was essentially Tom Hardy like acting with himself.
Right. But they do a lot of banter like that. But not as bad. It's like they're not in tune with each other. It's kind of funny.
Leanne says it was meh.
I like the second one.
I didn't like the second one as much. I mean, it was okay. I did like the third one a little bit better, but I didn't go to the theater to see it. I just waited.
Did you guys see the Craven movie? Because I swear to God, that thing was on streaming after only a month of being in the freaking theaters.
I did not. I did not.
But I did watch that vampire, the remake.
Oh, Nosferatu?
Yeah, I just watched that one.
Oh,
did you like it?
On Peacock. I mean, it was okay. Better vampire movie. It kind of gives you the Bram Stoker sort of vibe.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know how like he's so far away and he sees that girl or whatever, but I don't know. I never seen the original, so I really don't have anything to compare that to other than it kind of has that vibe.
The only thing that I know about Nosferatu is in SpongeBob. I don't know if you guys watch SpongeBob, but like there was an episode back in the day where SpongeBob was like Nosferatu, and it like literally like goes to like it's so stupid, but that's the only thing I like ever have seen.
I haven't seen any of it, so you know my.
Well, you're not a horror person either.
No, I am not.
Yeah,
that's
which
why
was the funniest when she had to interview Frank Grillo and watch a werewolf movie.
I was like, only for Frank Grillo. Again, you can see that on Geek Vibes Nation, my interview with Frank Grillo. I was like, only for Frank Grillo when I sit here and lose like not just one night of sleep, but like a week because I have to watch a freaking horror movie so I can talk to Frank Grillo.
Okay, Jay.
And that was why, Tia, I did not, I meant to respond about the interview request that this is inside information. Kane had sent over an interview opportunity with Geek Vibes Nation. And I'm like, I cannot do another horror movie. I cannot. I just cannot. But I do have, knock on wood, because I always get nervous when I announce these things before they happen, but I expect that this one is going to happen. Michelle, are you watching Ghosts? I don't think Tia's been watching Ghosts.
I'm in the first season on Peacock.
Okay.
I just haven't got past there yet. So.
I haven't watched the last few weeks, but I'm in the current season of
Oh,
Ghosts.
you are? Oh, sweet. I'm interviewing Hetty.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, my mom's gonna freak.
Yeah. So Rebecca Wasowski is her name, and I love her so much. Like I just love that character. So I had taken I don't know if you've noticed, but I've taken a little bit of a break from doing interviews. I'm really focused on on there's big things coming with the cat conversation, and we just announced the League of Extraordinary Cat People, which will be a fun little academy club that we're doing. So I've been really focused on that and not doing interviews, but I'm gonna kind of get back into the celebrity interviews again, guys. So those will be coming to YouTube. I couldn't pass up the chance to talk to Hetty. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, that kind of motivated me. I was like, I'm getting back into my interviews now, and I'm coming back with Hetty, baby.
So the last one I saw was the Christmas special for Ghosts. Like
oh my gosh, wasn't it so good?
Oh my God, it was so good. And Hetty is like one of the best characters. Like,
yes,
the episode where you find out how she died was so impactful and intense for like this little show that we all goof and it's funny and haha, and it's like she pulled it off so well. Oh, I'm so proud of you and happy for you. This is so cool.
Thank you. I just love the fact like it's such a brilliant concept because you have and I'm not saying they like get away with more, but in order for them to be in character, they have to like there are things that are inappropriate now, and like the fact that she is always trying to get cocaine.
Oh my God. Do you have cocaine?
Yes. So yes, that will be coming soon to the KJ Today YouTube, and I'll make sure that I get it over to Geek Vibes as well for you, Tia. So,
I cannot wait to see that one.
Yes.
I think that is I think that's everything, guys. It's been really nice to bring back the kind of nerdy girls. Thank you.
You are welcome, KJ. Thank you for all this.
Yeah. So I don't have any fun graphics, but we will be at O'Reilly's for the KJ Today show, which will be a week from Friday. So Friday the 14th, which is Michelle and Mike's wedding anniversary.
22 years.
Yes. And,
congratulations.
Michelle's going to be there. Kind of Nerdy Clay confirmed tonight that he is going to be there. Usually Dixie the Praying Dog makes an appearance. And we coordinate our like, why aren't you there on Monday, which is actually St. Patrick's Day. We always coordinate our live at O'Reilly's with when they're doing the parade. And, you know, it's more fun to have a parade on a Friday and celebrate St. Patrick's Day than it is to try to get the businesses to let everybody out on Monday. So Friday it is. So we have that coming. If you did hear about the League of Extraordinary Cat People and you have not filled out my survey yet, I am literally building this really cool opportunity, and we're going to be putting capes on people at PopCon and doing some cat related stuff that I haven't announced to the public yet, but did to our friends that came to the Cat Conversation premiere. So there's more fun parties and cat things to come. Just go to KJ's Cat Club and you can find that survey so that you can get some information on what we're doing and also give us input on how you want to be a part of it. So all the big things going on. And then of course, next month we'll see you again the first Wednesday, and who knows, maybe we'll do a KJ Today show and maybe we'll kick the guys out again and just do a Kind of Nerdy Girls. If you want to join the Kind of Nerdy Network, go to kindanerdynetwork.com. And I think that's it, guys. Good to see you.
You too.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you all for joining. Good night.